To drink or not to drink, that is the question.
Whether is nobler in the mind to suffer the subscribe or kiss your phone goodbye.
So first, to get access to this tool, you need to come to deepmind.google.com, or you can just type VO3 and you'll be brought to an interface like this. So you can try it in Gemini or you can try it in the Google Flow. All you have to do is click any of them and just subscribe. So you need to subscribe and you get a free 30 days to use this tool and try it out. So once you've subscribed, you will come to an interface like this. So I am in the Google Flow, and this is a very simple interface you are going to find. So I'm just going to walk you through the interface and some of the things you can do, and then I'm going to show you how we created those interesting videos that you watch. So the first thing here is you have this tab here called Google or the Flow TV. So if you click on the Flow TV, it's going to show you some other things that people have done that you can emulate. So you can use this to get prompts. So for instance, you can set this to show in a grid format and you see interesting videos right here. So all of these videos, they were created using this tool. So you can basically scroll or you can play them to see the different types here. So you can also click on this arrow to change them. All right, so you can click on that arrow and you change them. You can even search here. So you can search here, and if you see any interesting one that you would like, you can just basically click on it and you can get the prompt to how that video was made, and you can copy that same prompt and use it for yourself. So let's say for instance we like this one or this one. You can click on it, and when you click on it, you see this show prompt here. You can click on show prompt and you can copy these prompts to use it if you wanted. So if you click on this, you see all the channels or the different channels here. All right, so you can see different things that you can different things that people have created that you can also just basically copy and create something like that. So this is one of the ways where you find prompts that you can use to generate your own videos. Now let's go back to the Flow, and all we have to do is come here, click on create with Flow, and we go back to the Flow interface, and we can start creating our own video from scratch. So this is where you find all the things you've created. So this is a new account and I've not created anything right here. So if you click on new project, this is where the magic will start. So this is the interface you are going to see, and by default it shows you this text to video here, but you can do frames to video and you can do ingredients to video. This is currently not available to me, but only available to those who have the Google AI Ultra. But we are just going to talk about the text to video and frames to video. If you come right here, you see the kind of video formats that you can use to create. So currently have video VO3. If you click on the drop down, you see the different qualities you can get. So the VO3 is the current and the best one now. So you have VO2, which is fast, but it doesn't have any audio. So the quality is lesser compared to the VO3. Now, this is the VO3 quality. It also has better audio. And this is the VO2, doesn't have any audio. So we want to make sure we stick to the VO3 fast, which is also the default. Here you also want to select the credit, the output. So how many videos you want each prompt to bring out. So you can say maybe 1. So if you set to 1, you see how many outputs your videos or one prompt will give you. So if you can set it to maybe 4, and here you see the total amount of credits that each video is going to take you. So we are going to use a test. You can use test to prompt, test to video, or frames to video. So for frames to video, you can, after creating a video, you can use some frames in the video to make your video longer and all of that. So we are going to focus on test the video in this case, and we need to give it a prompt to work with to create videos that we want. So what I've done is I've gone to ChatGPT and I've asked it to just create some prompt for me. So I'm just going to copy this prompt and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to paste the prompt. So we are using text to video in this case. So this is my prompt. If a flamingo DJ spinning vinyl records made of watermelon slice while cloud shaped like confused rabbit float above a neon desert rave, everything pours into a rainbow colored baseline. So this is what I want it to do. So we want to make sure that we are in VEO3 fast, and we basically click on generate, and it's going to generate 2 videos for us, and all we have to do is just give it some time to see what it's going to come up with. So our generation is now complete. So this is the first video, and you can see what this oops. So that's our first video. It's added music and all of that, and we can see this DJ is cooking, man. So I actually prefer this one. I prefer the second one. All right. So I actually made a mistake of telling it to create 4 instead of 2. So I prefer this one. So I'm just going to download this one. All right. So anyone you prefer, you can just download it. You can upscale it. You can make it an animated GIF. So I'm just going to download it in the original size because I do not need I do not need it in 1080p, but you can if you wanted. So this is really cool, man. So this is the first way to do your text to video. So I'm just going to copy another prompt, and then I'm going to tell it to create the second one. So this is the second prompt right here. Oh, I'm feeling this DJ. So I'm going to copy my second prompt and I'm going to paste it here. And this one says, a detective pineapple in a trench coat chasing a jelly bean criminal through a melting candy city where traffic light blinks in Morse code and pigeons wear monocles. So this is how it works. You want to give it an idea. If you notice, we give it an action and we try to direct it. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to make my output to be maybe just 1 or 2. So I'm just going to make it 2. All right. So I'm going to set it to 2 and then I can click on create. Again, I want to give it time to do the magic while I bump to this DJ. So this is the second prompt and this is what it gave us. So it gave us this one right here. Okay, I think I prefer this one. So I'm just going to download this one. And I'm going to download this one in, let's say 1080. I'm just going to upscale it because I can. So let's get our third prompt. So now I've added my third prompt and I've given it what to do right here. Again, I'm going to say create, and we are going to give it some time again to create. So now this is the final result for our prompt 3. And you can see it has its voice that it has added. So it added its own voice. So you can play this one too. You can play this one. So I prefer this one because there's a narration here. So you can play it in full screen if you wanted. So you can click on this and you can delete it if you do not like it. You can add it to the scene. We'll get back to that, but let's download this again. So you can click on download and you can download it. So let's do the last but not the least. And I'm going to come back to my prompt again and I'm going to select the last prompt here and I'm going to give it to do the magic for us again. So this is the final output for the last prompt we gave it, and this is actually very funny and cool. So you can download any one that you want. Now let's talk about how to add it to the scene or to scene. So for instance, let's say I wanted to add this one to scene. I can just click on add to scene right here. Now I've added it to the scene, and once you add it to the scene, you notice that this changes to frames to video instead of text to video. So if you come right here, if you click on this plus icon, you can jump to scene or you can extend the scene. So what we want to do is we want to make this scene a bit longer, because as you can see, we have just less than 8 seconds or 8 seconds right here. So let's say we want to extend the scene. So we extend the scene, and as you can see, it says what happens next. All right. So the next thing is we want to make it extend this video or this clip to make the people run to their room. So we've added what we want it to do. So we want it to extend it, and we can just say generate, and it's going to generate. However, as you can see, this is not supported on the VO3 now, which means we need to switch it to the VO2. But if we switch it to the VO2, the VO2 does not have any audio, which means it's not going to include the audio. So this part of this feature is currently not available to VO3, so it might not give you the good result, but just in case it becomes available, this is how you can do it. So if you switch it to the VO2, you can basically just tell it to extend it, and it's going to extend and add this part of the video. So I'm just going to do it now, and you see how it works, so that when it comes out, you know how to use it. So as you can see, it's extending the scene, or is adding this part of what we've given it to the video to make it longer. However, the VO2 is not as good as the VO3, so the result might not be very good, but just so you know how to do it, so that when you get the VO3 or when the feature comes to the VO3, you already know how to do it. So we basically need to give it some time, and it's going to extend this video or this frame by maybe another 8 seconds or thereabout, and this is how you can use the frames to video. So now it has added it to the frame, which is actually not a very bad stuff, but I'm going to close that now. So as you can see, this has been added to the frame, and this is now 14 seconds. So you can play the extended parts to see. So as you can see, it doesn't do a good job with the VO2. So I actually wanted these people to run to their rooms, but it does not do it very well. It doesn't do a good job, and that's because the VO2 is not as good as the VO3. But this is basically how you can use these frames to video, and this is how you can use Google VO3 to create videos using just text and using frames. I hope this video was helpful. Please like the video. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section, and subscribe. My name is Good Noel. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.